Australian Defence Force veteran Heston Russell has lodged a criminal complaint against the ABC for publication of sexually explicit images without his consent. Mr Russell says the national broadcaster published images of him on their website, despite being told they didn't have consent to do so. He joins us live now. Heston, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Can you clarify for us, did the ABC actually seek your consent to publish those photos?
Hey, g'day. Yes, they did. So as it goes, December last year, I was actually sitting in the audience at the Royal Commission for Defence and Veteran Suicide here in Brisbane 4 days before the article from the ABC, and they sent me an email with the images of myself completely unblurred and asked me to explain these images. And I replied to them asking where they got them from and informing them that they did not have my approval to have them or to distribute them.
In your home state of Queensland, there are very strict revenge porn laws in place. Are you alleging the ABC's conduct should be classified as revenge porn? For our viewers not familiar with those laws, just explain for us how that would all fit together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I learned this myself after being approached by many people seeing this from social media. Essentially, these photos were shared, not sold, shared between myself and another consenting adult privately. And then the ABC journalist has gone onto an online troll forum and acquired somehow these photos from someone privately. They weren't posted on the internet, and then has used them with the intent to essentially attack me, defame me maliciously, which is under the new revenge porn laws, as per the Queensland Police have informed me, is definitely liable to investigation, and they are now launching an investigation into that as a criminal offence.
As I see, the ABC has responded. They've issued a statement. They're pointing out that their story reported on serious allegations, they say, that were made by a veterans charity about you. They argue, and I'll quote, that the images which the ABC has blurred are central to the story. They say there is no legal or editorial reason why they should be removed. I realise we need to be careful here in terms of the legality of discussing all of this, but essentially the ABC story is containing allegations that you misled a veterans charity surrounding issues using these images that we're discussing. You reject those allegations? You're standing by that rejection?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a very difficult conversation for particularly the Sky viewers who've been following over a year. I've been following up with the ABC, who launched an allegation against my platoon from Afghanistan for a war crime after they reported a Marine heard a pop on the radio. And ever since then, I've been a personal target, including this specific journalist. Now, in the conduct of that story, like I said, they emailed me prior to releasing the article that weekend. They provided me those allegations, and I provided the receipts. I provided all the documentation information to the ABC demonstrating the complete payment of all those funds. I raised $15,000 for a veterans charity, and instead the ABC did not publish that. And they have used, unfortunately, Veterans Against Veterans. This charity was a charity that campaigned against the Royal Commission and took particular offence to myself and members like Julianne Finney campaigning for the Royal Commission, which is what we're in at the moment, and instead have used this as their agenda and then linked it to the political party, the Australian Values Party, that I've now raised. And just simply for the viewers who can read the article themselves, they didn't have to publish those photos. They could have explained it all in the text, and they've gone to great lengths to be quite shocking with some of their comments. And people will say that this is simply politics, but this was me in April 2020, which was a very interesting time for me as I struggled through my own mental health and suicidal ideation, and was there presenting at the Royal Commission to that fact. And for the ABC now to use Australian taxpayer funds 2 years later, when it suits them, to bring this up to suit their agenda as I pursue them for clarity, for defamation, and for potential legal action to support those veterans who served overseas. It's very transparent, and I'd like to thank those who have been able to follow this and see that transparency, including Sky, who've supported just simply reporting the facts.
You mentioned you've launched the Australian Values Party. How's it going? How many members do you have? Have you announced yet where you're planning to stand as a candidate?
It's going really, really well. And look, I want to provide one more insight. We conducted a live press conference 2 weeks ago, of which the ABC sent a camera out and covered the whole event, and there's been zero coverage in the ABC of us launching a brand new political party into Australia. And I'd love to know how that doesn't suit the public interest for all Australians. But regardless, we're working where it needs to be done at the grassroots level. We currently have over 3,000 members. We've got even more candidates now close to 350 people who've applied to be candidates. And we're just going through the process now to select those Australians with lived experience who are willing to stand up and show leadership and accountability to organisations and systems and issues like this that we're facing right now.
big task. Best of luck, Heston Russell. Appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you so much.